Hey everybody, John Hiley with DentTrainer.com, coming to you today with a tool review of the PDR Finesse Transformer tool cart. I've actually had it in my possession for about a month, and I just couldn't imagine not using it in this environment. Some of the things that I want to point out is there is a lot of room for your tools around this tool cart. We also have an extendable additional tool cart top that can actually extend all the way up to 6 feet in the air. So that's a really nice when working on SUVs or when working on a rail of a vehicle or working on a roof of a vehicle. Very good to be able to extend that up and also have additional slots in here to put your tools, and then you also have all of your glue pulling stuff in this section of the cart as well. So that actually removes the glue stuff, kind of takes it off this and puts it up here, and very nice and convenient that way. Now I do have the glue gun connected to a stand. You can actually connect the stand down here, a nice little glue tray, or you can actually connect it up here. Very convenient setup. And since I have actually got this, they added some additional stuff that we had talked about. And one of the things is an adjustable deck lid clip right here in the center of the actual tray. So as many of you know, this is not only a hood stand, but this thing is a cart, and it's also for deck lids as well. So this is really a functional deck lid and hood stand, and this thing right here can actually be adjusted to different heights. So the O-ring setup right here in the center of this, actually the striker and the locking mechanism of the deck lid clips into that, and you would actually mount the top of the deck lid to your two poles. Here's what it comes standard with is this style, the kind of the L-shape style mounting poles here, and you actually install them just like so. Very nice setup here. However, I have found that on the larger hoods, you're going to need to purchase the leverage bar as well. And the leverage bar is going to be something that I'm definitely going to be adding on to this hood stand and this tool cart. It will actually, you can actually bolt down the hood to the leverage bar, and you can also leverage your tools off of it. So I do not have one for this review. However, on the next one, on maybe some update reviews, I will add that additionally to my arsenal here on this very functional tool cart. Some of the other things I want to point out is that obviously this thing totally breaks down within itself and literally turns into a carrying case that weighs about 60 pounds. All of this stuff that you see on here, besides the connection hardware here, is made out of aluminum. It's a rugged diamond plate. If you spin it and lay it on its top inside of a truck bed that's rhino lined, or if you have one of them bed sliders like I have in my truck, it's not going to roll around on you. You also have locking wheels, and the wheels are really nice on this. I mean, they work just fine as far as being a heavy-duty locking mechanism on them. And another thing that you're going to notice is that the posts right here have actually been machined out to where you can basically line it up and adjust it to different heights, and you're not going to have to guess where where you're at from one post to the other. Very, very cool design. When you put it together, it seems like it's a little bit awkward first going together. You kind of need to like bend things around and get it into place. But what I found is that actually is a good thing, because it puts resistance on everything, keeping it real nice and strong. I mean, I've had this thing for a month, and I've never had it slide out of place. I've never had it move out of position. And I think a lot of that is the initial construction of this thing. It's actually, it just kind of, you got to kind of wedge it into place. And that actually turned out to be a good thing. You'll have all these eye bolts on here, which are really nice because you can connect things to them. You can hang different stuff on them. Very nice, strong, rugged hardware. I personally like that. You know, it's not a piece of plastic, that's for sure. I mean, it would definitely be lighter if it was a piece of plastic, but this is a lifetime purchase. I mean, I cannot ever see anything going wrong with this cart to the point where you would need to throw it away. And I did a demonstration here that I actually took this cart and put it together in 5 minutes, and I broke it down in 5 minutes as well. It was actually a little bit less, I think. Very, very strong, sturdy cart. It does have a lot of storage down here at the bottom. And with the curves and the contours on the reverse side of this diamond plate, it basically keeps your battery in place so you don't have a lot of sliding of your battery whenever you're walking around with it. And me personally, I enjoy having everything in one spot. I know before that I actually had two carts. I had a glue pulling cart, and then I had another cart that had all my tools and everything on it. And it was just didn't have enough room for everything that I like to have. You know, time is money, and I hate to leave my cart and walk around my shop trying to find where I left something or where I laid it because I didn't have enough room to put it on my cart. So, long story short, for me, it's definitely a perfect fit. Now, if you're working in a lot of tents where your cars are this close together, things like that, I would use it as a hood stand at that point, to be honest with you. I mean, I would have a small breakdown cart for them situations, and in any other situation, this right here is not going to take up as much room in your vehicle. It's not going to take up as much room at a hail site because it can be totally broke down into a little package and actually laid up against the wall. I would actually dub this as my go-to hood stand in one of them situations. It is a little bit smaller than most hood stand designs, but again, if you get, let's say, an Escalade hood or something like that, you're definitely going to want the leverage bar. You can mount one on there, but you're just going to have some overhang on the edges of the actual stand. But anyhow, I actually shot some footage here on the hood stand portion of this, so I'm going to go ahead and cut to that right now. All right, everybody, so this cart as a hood stand is rather nice. What I would recommend, though, however, out of the box, you're going to be able to fit smaller hoods on it to mid-size hoods. If you want to fit a larger hood, you're going to have to get yourself a leverage bar. And that's typical for any type of hood stand that you see that's a table stand. You're going to want to add the addition of a leverage bar and the attachments to bolt the underside of the hood on. Now, we have this out of the box just strapped down to the actual stand, and I want to tell you guys, this thing is sturdy and as solid as a rock this way. So if you're used to strapping down your hoods already, I think you'll be all right using it out of the box this way. One of the concerns that I had when I first envisioned how this would work was, are my tools going to be stuck under here? Am I going to be able to pull them out? Typically, the longest bar that I carry on my cart would be this Mark Circus rod here, and it's about a 36-inch tool. So I have that in there to test, and of course some of the smaller ones that'll be just fine. As far as the longer tools, I think you want to get in the habit of actually putting them to the back side of your cart where the back of the hood's going to go. So that gives you enough room on any hood to just turn your tool and take it right on out. So as you can see here, we got a long rod going through here, and I'm able to slide it right back into my tool holder, right back into place. Now, as far as the smaller ones, no problem whatsoever. You're going to be able to work just fine pulling them in and out. Any tool that you want to be able to pull out during your hood repair, you're going to want to kind of, any of the longer ones, you're definitely going to want to relocate them to the front side of the tool cart. Which that's not a problem. Do a little bit of prep work. If you got a couple tools, you're usually not using some of the tools on hoods. So I recommend taking your longer rods and any type of a tool that you're going to be using on a hood or a deck lid, and put them towards the front right here. So as far as a hood stand goes, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, I am going to get that leverage bar, and I'm the kind of guy who I'll be working a storm and I'll get a really beat down vehicle and I'll throw the hood on a hood stand and I'll go over there and I'll work on it a little bit, and I'll do a vehicle that's really hit hard in between other lighter hit vehicles. So sometimes I'll have a bay going where I've got one vehicle going, and or for instance I'll have one that's nailed and I've actually got to pull the door off and put it on my hood stand. Then you can pull the then at that point I'll pull the hood stand off and slap it on this thing and then just run right through it. I think I wouldn't use this as my #1 primary hood stand. However, it's going to come in use in regards to having multiple hood stands and multiple panel stands. So more and more, I'm taking doors off of vehicles and attaching them to my hood stand, so there is always room for an additional hood stand in your arsenal. What I consider this is a cart, a wonderful, well-built, very strong cart that has the addition and the option to use as an additional hood stand. Again, guys, very, very sturdy, very strong. All right, everybody, so now that we've seen how this functions exactly as a hood stand, I just want to go ahead and sum up this tool review here by saying that, you know, I really think in any situation that you might be in, this tool cart would be valuable to your arsenal. I mean, if you're into a nice, strong, rugged design, if you want something that's going to last a lifetime, this right here is definitely a great choice. Now, I'm not saying I'm not bashing or any of the other carts that are out there. However, I really like this one. For me, it's great. I love the metal look. I love the way that it compacts down. I can take it anywhere. I can use it as a hood stand if needed. I can use it as a cart, obviously. And it's just great when working on SUV roofs. You can relocate your battery up here, expand it all the way up. It's got a lot of room for the type of stuff that I like to have on it. And it's just, it definitely works for me. So anyhow, guys, I appreciate you coming along for this review on the PDR Finesse Transformer Tool Cart. Any of you guys who would like to get a hold of one of these, go to pdrfinessetools.com and you'll see it in there. It is the, you can look under tool carts, or I think you can actually type in the transformer, and it will come up. So anyhow, I appreciate you coming along for this tool review, and as always, I look forward to seeing you on the next one.